name is Jackson. Thank you so much for coming back for another episode of My Family Watches Loki. I'm excited for this episode tonight. I didn't dislike last week's episode, episode 3, but I think I'll enjoy episode 4 a little bit more. I'm not sure how long episode 4 is, but it's titled The Nexus Event. So as we know from the second episode of Loki, the Nexus Event is when a branch timeline is created and it gets so bad that the TVA can't fix it at that point.
Nexus events destabilize the time flow. Did you watch any of the training videos you were supposed to?
Interested to see what the Nexus Event episode 4 is. I've seen some people saying that the episode is great, while some people are saying that, not so much. So I don't know where I'm gonna lie in between those two mediums, but I can't see myself not liking it. Even the quote-unquote bad episodes that some people think are bad or generally dislike, I don't really think they're bad. But yeah, I'll be excited to see how I like it. Also from social media, I saw there is a post-credit scene. I don't know what it is. I didn't watch it. Hopefully we see the timekeepers in this episode because Marvel Studios released on their social medias the picture of the statues of the timekeepers at least. So it seems each week with each new episode that they release one of those social media posts with different characters, that's when they get introduced in the show. So hopefully we get to see the timekeepers.
Mobius is gonna be back.
Yeah, excited to see Mobius again.
Finally.
Excited for a lot in this episode, so let's get on with it.
Okay, so IGN has rated the first 3 episodes of Loki a 7, and they gave this one a 5, so they clearly don't know what they're talking about, so don't listen to them. This episode's titled Nexus Event. You don't know what that means. If you watch WandaVision, that means probably something cool with the multiverse. I did see a picture that teases some stuff that I won't say now. Well, I guess you've already seen the episode you're watching this video. I saw a picture that hints at some multiverse stuff, so that's kind of exciting. And I remember Tom Hiddleston said that episodes 4 and 5 were his favorite because they did a lot that impacts everything. So yeah.
She sits there when she wants fed. You see us pick her up.
My cat.
Pick her up.
These are my babies. I have no idea what this episode is going to be about. No idea whatsoever, and don't even know what you guys are talking about. I heard you talk about just now the Nexus, and what you explained what that is.
Yeah.
And how something gets so bad the timekeepers can't fix it. That's as much as I know.
Yeah. Where we're left with episode 3, Loki and Sylvie, they're left on that planet Lamentus 1.
Yeah.
So we got to see what else happens with them. Are they going to get off that planet? I'm assuming they're trying to avoid certain death because the spaceship they needed to get off was destroyed. So what's going to happen with that?
I liked Loki and Sylvie together. I thought they were funny, and I really enjoyed last week's episode. So I'm hoping this one is equally as good.
You brought the ending of the last one with them on that planet. There's that scene where Loki seemingly stops the thing that's crashing down on them. Yeah. Put a picture. I saw this theory saying maybe he picked up a stone on his way out or something. And also with Sylvie, I guess we're getting a backstory with her. They cast a young Sylvie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You're talking about that scene, where he seemingly stops the building from falling on them.
Yeah, it looks like he is.
Yeah, I saw a post about that saying, well, yeah, maybe he stole one of the time stones from Casey's desk drawer. Then I saw another post where somebody was showing a power that he has from that's established in one of the previous movies in the MCU with Loki. It's the scene in Thor: The Dark World where when he's in his prison cell and the guard comes and tells him that his stepmom was killed. Yeah. And he goes. All the furniture flies out of there. So
he flexes like the Hulk.
Yeah. Bucky's. On screen, it looks like that's the same ability, so maybe he can flex that and use a stop ability.
Yeah, I feel like we weren't really talking about that.
With great power comes great responsibility.
So this is the earliest we're watching an episode.
Yay!
We said last week to keep the go get 'em attitude energized for this week's episode because hopefully it'll be better.
I'm really looking forward to tonight's episode. I think we're going to see some frayed nerves and paranoia infiltrate the TVA tonight.
Wow, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got.
Right from there.
I'm hoping Mobius is back in this episode.
Yeah, he's in the description.
Okay, we missed him last week.
Alright, it's enough talk. Let's watch it. Loki episode 4. It's Luke Skywalker.
It does look
On
like
Hunto.
Goaty, goaty.
Oh, it's Asgard. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna make some jokes.
That's Sylvie. Oh my gosh. That's sad. Just a kid.
Yeah. You recognize her?
Yeah, Judith.
Yeah.
Judith Grimes.
Walking Dead, subscribe.
Yeah.
Why did they take her?
She's not part of the sacred timeline. Tom Hiddleston's Loki is. Oh, that's the.
Yeah.
She's the lady saying.
Must have been promoted.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's gonna talk to the timekeepers. Oh man.
The variant was right here. What has she got to the timekeepers?
They want me to find Loki, the variant. I need access to Mother s1e4. I know there's protocol, but she could have information.
She's dead. Mobius.
Wow.
She's dead.
How?
She enchanted s1e4, scrambled her mind. But by the time she got in here, she could barely speak. You know?
They kill her.
Of course, yes.
That's what I'm guessing.
Or do they have her hostage? That so much looks like Black Widow.
It's because of the lighting.
Yeah.
There.
I remember Asgard. The universe wants to break free. So it manifests chaos. Me being born the goddess of mischief. I'm not supposed to exist.
Whoever they are, I'm not sure anything survives.
Yeah, don't underestimate.
Any news on s1e4?
No.
What makes Loki and Loki
Is the fact that we're destined to lose.
No,
Yeah.
we may lose. We survive. But you nearly took down the organization that claims to govern the order of time. You had rings around that. You're amazing.
Is it when they're holding hands and they're into love or something?
Yeah,
You
it's
ever seen
like.
a branch like that?
No.
Break the new timeline
Yeah.
to touch it. Oh, it's gonna separate them.
TVA just realized where they were and
Oh, came and got
opened
it.
portals.
It was either get arrested or die.
I should have an equal amount of security. This is insulting. You just can't help yourself. You betrayed me. You betrayed me. What am I? The god of self-sabotage? The god of backstabbing? Just kind of an asshole.
TVA is lying to you.
Oh,
It's Asgard.
You
Lady Sif.
Sif!
deserve to be alone, and you always will be.
Is she holding hair? Like, did he
Some
cut her
punishment.
hair? Yes, they keep
That's it.
flipping.
Well, you did this.
You are a reconstruction of a past event, created by the organization that controls all of time.
She's gonna need it.
Yeah.
While he marinates, I thought maybe I'd interview the other variant.
Absolutely not. She's just too dangerous. Nobody speaks with that variant.
work your Loki and figure out what caused that spike.
You're Loki, that ought to be my mantra.
I wonder if she knows that they're variants.
Titans, vampires, why is it the two orphan demigods are such a pain in the ass?
Did Loki say anything while you were in there?
Yeah. So the TVA's lying to me. Why?
Just don't my job.
Wonder if she knows.
Yeah. Great question. Yeah. Who knows? Does anybody know?
I'm a horrible person. I get it. I really am.
I crave attention. I'm scared of being alone.
You are alone. And you always will be.
Okay, you said the TVA's lying to me. Go ahead. Okay, so if you're not working for the variant, what is it? Your partners?
She tries to hit me all the time. No. Not partners, no.
Yeah, I guess you don't do partners.
Welcome to the real world. Down there, we're awful to one another to get what we want.
Yeah, give my regards to Lady Sif.
No, what? No. She came to me on Asgard a long time ago. We had some plan together. Something very, very big.
Who's he talking
was gonna
about?
happen. I'll dispose of
He's
that.
talking about Sylvie.
She's already been pruned.
The variant. She's gone.
Yeah, looks like you're the superior Loki. I would have bet on her.
He's just telling
Good
him
riddance.
Yeah,
to
he's
see
lying.
if he has some kind of emotional reaction.
You like her.
What?
You like her. Does she like you?
Was she pruned?
I mean,
That's
the variants
what I
are
was
the
thinking,
same
actually.
being. That could break reality. It's breaking my reality right now. You fell for yourself.
Her name was Sylvie.
Is she alive? For now.
if what Sylvia told me about this place is true, it affects all of us.
You're all variants! Everyone who works at the TVA. They kidnapped you from the timeline and erased your memories.
Maybe you had a family, a life.
Mobius is like a detective, so he has to believe him on some level. He's at least curious.
That was good. Of all the liars in this place, and there are a great many, you're the biggest.
I lied about your girlfriend?
Oh no, that I can respect. I mean the lies you tell yourself.
Oh, I wonder if Sylvie accessed some memory. He seems pretty shaken about.
Was she in with Sylvie?
I don't know.
Come with me.
Case closed.
He has questions.
If you could go anywhere, anytime, where would it be?
I can
He's
go
just
anywhere.
smart about it.
I like being here now with you, doing the work. When did you first notice what was going on with C20?
The timekeepers are happy. Mission accomplished.
Great. She seemed fine when I saw her. I mean, a little freaked, but fine. Something just seemed a little off.
C20 lost her mind. I just couldn't deal with that happening to you. Friends against time. Allies to the end. Friendship like ours is... Oh, come on.
How's
Oh,
that gonna go?
you're right. Let's see.
But he switched.
Her.
You sure you're okay?
I'm just exhausted, dealing with all these Lokis.
Crazy.
Fair enough.
Here in my head, I saw something that was created by the timekeeper. No, you can't create memories. You can only use what's already there. Your variants. What is safe?
Showing her more memory.
Yep.
I look happy.
Well, she's got her on her side. Come on, Mobius, figure it out.
He has to at least consider all possible means.
Yeah. He doesn't trust Loki, but he also wants to make sure.
I have a whole life on the sacred timeline. Calm down, I'm variant.
I think she knows
Yeah.
Mobius is gonna be there when he turns around.
Do you swear she didn't implant those memories in her C20? Mobius, no, I believe her. So I just have to trust the word of two Lokis. How about the word of a friend?
I got all the way down there before I even realized I picked up yours. You know where I go, if I could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Wherever it is I'm really from.
Yeah.
In a jet ski.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Burn him.
Oh,
Killed him?
oh my gosh. He'll be back somehow. Maybe not this episode or next. That is so sad.
Loki's gonna be pissed.
Yeah. Her and
Who was in here with her? Put out an alert for 100B15. She too has been compromised by the variant.
Do you remember me?
I do.
Why did you bring me in? It was enough to take my life from me.
yeah, I better not end. It's gonna end.
The variants.
Is that the only reason you brought us here? To kill us? I've lost track of the number of times I've been killed. So go ahead.
I think you're scared.
Oh!
Sylvie's gonna trim her.
Mindless androids.
Then who created the TVA? I have to tell you something. We will figure this out. This is new for me.
What? What is it?
What?
Who did that?
Oh my gosh!
Killed Loki off? Loki is gone too, and Mobius?
They're not gonna be gone forever. I bet why people said they didn't like this episode was because they freaking killed Mobius off and Loki.
Maybe this is like where people go when they get.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he'll see Mobius.
No, I know what we're gonna see.
Will be unless you come with us.
They're British.
Wait,
It's like,
Lokis. That was a very good episode. I'm gonna try not to be too long-winded, but I have a lot to say, so let's get on with it. I saw that from the very beginning. Loki enjoys being with Sylvie I feel he's the most genuine version of himself when he's with her. Just the whole experience that they had together in episode 3, getting to know each other and really getting past all the anger that both of them have. They really genuinely enjoy being with each other. And then at the end there, right before they do that, you know what I'm talking about, they killed Loki. Right before that, yeah, he's about to profess his love for her. That was cool to see that for Loki's character, to see him finally meet someone who really gets him for who he truly is. He might really love Thor at the end of the day too, but it's literally another version of himself. So who better for him to be with? First shot before the title card rolls of the Timekeepers, they're like just a silhouette of them, and they have red glowing eyes like evil Superman. They look evil from that. So how can you not think that they're actually the bad guys, as Jake would say? The TVA is probably actually the villain of this series. Something that Sylvie said towards the beginning to Loki: the universe wants to break free, so it enacts chaos. That just, to me, I kind of interpret that as the universe wants to break free from this one supposedly sacred timeline. So it does things to create all of these different variants of people. The true sacred reality is the existence of multiple different versions of different people. The TVA really does seem evil, because from the point you see her getting taken from Asgard as a little girl, it's like, what is the harm in another version of a character existing if she's just on her own timeline, and that timeline exists parallel to the sacred timeline, if that's what you want to call it? What's the harm in just this world being different by one thing, such as a different Loki, or a whole number of things that make the timeline different? But what's the harm in there being multiple timelines? It's just starting to seem like TVA are the real bad guys who only want it to be one way. Who knows, or does anybody know that the TVA are all variants of different timelines? So I think by the end of the episode it's clear pretty much nobody else in the TVA knows, besides the Timekeepers and then like the select few TVA agents at the top. So the lady, the agent Ravonna, I think that's what Mobius called her. Yeah, she's a bitch. B-15, sadly she's also killed, but she comes through, does the right thing in the end, realizes that she's a true variant. And C-20, I wonder, is C-20 alive? We're gonna assume she's deleted too. I love that they use the word prune for deleting somebody, a variant. It reminds me like pruning roses. I just think that's funny because I like to do that thing. Last thing, the post-credit scene. So Loki isn't dead yet. Clearly, yeah, he's in a world where all of the other deleted versions of Loki are sent to. So that just got me thinking after it ended, when you are deleted, does that send you to a world where you exist only with other deleted versions of yourself? Or are there other people in that world too? As Jake said immediately, oh, is he gonna see Mobius? Probably that he gets into a world with just an entire world of different deleted variations of Loki. So it's gonna be cool. He's gonna get out. Loki, I think, is definitely not gonna die. I hope he doesn't die. If he dies, it better be a really good death at the end. I have to believe that Mobius isn't gone for good either, that he's gonna be back. And yeah, it's gonna be all up to Sylvie next week for episode 5, so I'm real excited. Let's see what it is. But
Loki got pruned or whatever, and then went to wherever he saw these multiverse versions of himself. So same thing happened to him. Does that happen to everyone who gets pruned then?
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so confused. And I said this too at the end, like, it's exciting that it's like a multiverse versions of Loki means there could be multiverse versions of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh.
Now she's gonna like, Sylvie was like, tell me everything. She's gonna find out the truth about the TVA from that woman. And it's gonna just like, I don't think it's gonna be around anymore. And then there's gonna be a multiverse of madness, Doctor Strange, and all that stuff. It's gonna connect.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. Tom Hiddleston was right. Episodes 4 and 5. This was 4. It did a lot.
So the TVA agents, at least most of them, if not all of them, are variants from different timelines.
Yeah.
What?
That was so sad.
Oh my gosh, that was awful seeing Mobius die. and Loki
still
too.
processing.
But I'm just curious, what makes the upper management of the TVA decide what variant they want to work for them?
Well, it seems like now it's just all that lady.
Yeah, versus what variant they prune. Or maybe they just picked a whole bunch of variants at the beginning and they have all their employees and they're done. So every other variant's pruned.
Until they die and they maybe they should go back and take them again.
Yeah,
when they're young.
Because we're realizing TVA is kind of the bad people from our perspective. Does the multiverse actually exist simultaneously and the timekeepers just want to keep people from realizing that? Or
I'm sure we'll get answers.
Or does it not exist yet and that's what's going to happen?
I think it's very possible for it to because you have to think of it as it's this big timeline and they're preventing it from branching. Yeah. But then when the TVA falls apart and they're defeated by the end of the series, they're going to allow all the branches to happen at any point in time. It's like you should put up that picture that people are posting of the picture of the timeline branching, and it's showing all the different old Marvel movies, Hulk, Spider-Man, Daredevil, those old movie. That's what's going to happen. The TVA is going to be defeated, and then the sacred timeline will branch into these harmless, different multiverses. Because once the TVA is defeated, it's not just from this point in time. There's going to be it's at any point in history of the whole universe.
That's exactly what I find really interesting. We need Sheldon Cooper here to explain it.
I need to determine where in this swamp of unbalanced formulas squatteth the toad of truth.
It kind of reminds me of the Big Bang, how instantaneously everything in creation just happens. So from the point she bombs the sacred timeline, all of these, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, Tom Cruise Iron Man, all of it just exists all of a sudden. The entire lives lives of the universe, the multiple universes.
Yeah, exactly.
Exist.
Yeah, we're thinking the same thing. Maybe right now, as the TVA exists, Tom Holland is the only Spider-Man because he's on the sacred timeline. But then when it's bombed or when they defeat it at the end, that's no longer the case. The sacred timeline just becomes one of the many multiverses.
Yeah, it's gonna be
that
good.
Was a really good
ending for episode 5. All right, did we steal too much?
Well, I tried not to listen.
Okay.
So I don't really know everything you guys said because I've been over here talking with your dad. I have notes, but it's not really a lot, even though a lot happened in the episode.
Yeah.
This is just silly, but at the very beginning of the episode when Mobius said to Loki something about quips, you don't have any quip to say, anything, and that just for some reason made me laugh, and I wrote it down because I like that word quip, at least when Mobius says it. But I'm going to start using this word now, so get ready for it.
It's the equivalent to smart aleck remarks.
Yeah, saying a quip, something smart aleck. I want to start using it and think of Mobius and Loki when I do. Then early in the episode I wrote, who all knows about the lie? But that's kind of been, I'm sure maybe other people do know, but at least we know the one lady, I don't know her name.
Ravonna, the one that kills Loki.
Yes, at least we know that.
Ravonna.
Which we suspected it during the show when she was talking with Mobius.
Yeah.
That we kind of suspected it then, but then it was proven that she did in fact know. So I just wrote, who all knows about the lie? I was glad to see that B-15 came through when she had some memories from the last episode or two ago.
Yeah.
And then she came through and helped them in the end. It was a great episode, still have so many questions. And I wrote Mobius with several exclamation points. Mobius! They cannot have just pruned him.
Yeah.
They cannot have just killed him off. Is he really gone, as my notes say, with exclamation points.
Because we see where Loki went at the end, after he's been pruned, I think we can assume Mobius is in the same situation. He's probably in a world just with different versions of himself. That's what I think, that's what I believe, but maybe that's just Loki that happens to, because he's the god of mischief. But this has been a trend on social media that people want the end of the last scene or maybe a post-credit scene of this show to be Loki and Mobius riding on a jet ski somewhere. They better have that in.
That's what
it might not be, but oh my gosh, that would be. They have to do that.
Will A, Mobius be brought back for the viewers to see, and B, does that mean Mobius and Loki will be reunited in some way? Then Loki pruned too, with several exclamation points. They pruned Loki. It was just too much. 2 prunes right in a row of 2 major characters. Yeah, that was pretty big. Will Loki see anyone else at the end? How he saw other Lokis. Will he see anybody else like Mobius, which we just discussed? So they have to show Mobius again. I wrote that. And also, last but not least, this gives me hope for Black Widow in the future, because I'm waiting for her to come back in some way, shape, or form. I mean, there hasn't really been anything since Avengers Endgame for her to be a part of. I know they have her movie coming out, but that's her life before, right? Before.
Yeah.
Hoping that they bring her back in some way. And if they can do that in the timelines and this happens, then my girl Black Widow will be back.
Yeah.
ScarJo. My 2 favorite characters have always been Black Widow and Captain America, and hello, they're both gone. Like, that sucks. But at least bring one of my people back. I mean, I like Rocket. I still got him going on.
Rocket Raccoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a raccoon left. Come on, man. Bring me Black Widow back.
I didn't know Rocket was one of your favorite characters.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah, I really like Rocket. I just think he's hilarious. This gives me hope for Black Widow to come back with all this timeline stuff.
So, when I was walking back in the room at some point, I overheard you guys saying something like, you didn't like the episode. Is that true?
No, that's not true.
That's not what he said.
I did like the episode.
Okay.
I did almost fall asleep though. It was a little slow moving, but I did really like it. It had a lot of good information in it.
Did either of those prunings of, like, did you feel that at all? Mobius or Loki dying?
No, it didn't like hit me like it did you guys. I kind of laughed a little bit when I heard all of your exclamations, like, oh! It's like, oh. I mean, it kind of happened too quick. I wasn't really that invested in it yet. Maybe because I'm struggling a little bit to stay in tune with all the little twists and plot details that go on in this show.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I kind of liked it. I mean, I think I did like it a lot. I especially liked seeing the timekeepers aren't like real people. They're like some kind of
android robot.
Or something. So I'm guessing that there's maybe, like it's been portrayed that the timekeepers are the ultimate authority.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking that somebody else is the ultimate authority, and that's going to be the revealed evil villain in this show. And whoever that is just created these timekeepers and this whole thing about multiverses and variants and blah blah blah. Maybe there is no real one sacred timeline, except that's the timeline that they want. Whoever this villain is, you know, like in Doctor Strange saying there's 14 million of them and only one works out good for us. Well, maybe this person's identified what they're calling the sacred timeline as the one they want to live and have for the rest of eternity. So they're doing everything they can to protect their own choice of timelines and referring to it as sacred.
That's actually a really good way of putting it. Either there's somebody else who aren't timekeepers but that are above them and they just want the timekeepers to seem like they're truly in power, or the timekeepers are really somewhere else and they just have like robot versions of themselves there, like in case of what happened, like somebody breaks in and tries to kill them. Maybe the TVA is trying to protect, well, the people who really know the truth about the TVA, they're trying to protect one sacred timeline that they've chosen, but maybe there's not supposed to be just one timeline. Like you said with Doctor Strange, there's supposed to be countless different variations of timelines. Alright, that's all we got for right now. It was a very good episode. I can't wait to watch this episode next week. Sylvie is our hero now. Certainly Loki's going to be doing things behind the scenes wherever he got sent to, but it's gonna be up to Sylvie, I think, to hopefully save the day. Just excited to see more. There's only 2 episodes left. Can't believe that. We'll be seeing Black Widow in theaters next week after episode 5. So very interesting. Lots more to see before Loki ends. Like the video if you enjoyed. It helps out the video and the channel both. Let us know what you think about Loki episode 4 down in the comment section. Any opinions you have. Tell us what you thought about what we thought of the episode. I genuinely would like to hear people's opinions. Consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more fun content like this. We enjoy making these videos talking about the show. It's a lot of fun. So if you subscribe, click that notification bell so every time we put out a new video, you'll know about it. That being said, thank you very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Take care.